So, going to do a video talking about the Karen Carney criticism. So, just to give you a summary of what happened, Karen Carney was working for Amazon Prime. She was talking about Leeds, and she said something along the lines of, "Oh, she's worried with their constant running, constant pressing, that they may run out of steam." And she implied that one of the reasons they won the championship was because they got an enforced break due to the lockdown, and that enabled them to rest and recover. Now, Leeds responded and said that's unfair. We won the league by 10 points, and also that they'd won, I think, 5 games in a row before the lockdown, so they weren't on any trajectory that they were dwindling or anything like that. And I think, to be fair to Leeds, they are right to respond to that. If I had won the league and then someone said to me, well, you won it because of COVID, you won it because you had a break, then I think, and it was a clear lead, it's not like a 1 point lead or, they scrape through the playoffs or whatever. I think if you win a league clearly, and they were the most dominant team in the championship last year, then I think it kind of really dilutes your achievement when someone says that. Now, after they tweeted and responded to her, basically there was this huge reaction like, no, you cannot comment on this, take it down, delete the tweet, not fair, not nice. Now, I agree that the abuse that Karen Carney gets because she's female and is a pundit is completely wrong. I've actually watched quite a bit of women's football in Karen Carney, and I've seen her play for England quite a few times because I tend to watch the major championships for women's football, and she's one of the better players, so I have respect for her generally. The issue is that she isn't being criticised because she's female, she's being criticised because she's made a lazy point, and I think as long as people don't bring her gender when they criticise her for the point, then I do not see why she shouldn't be criticised. All the time, you get pundits who make lazy analysis, and it annoys the hell out of fans. So the most common one is for clubs outside the top 6, where pundits who haven't watched them regularly make comments about their style of play or players that they haven't really seen play that much. And I think, for me, if you're a pundit now, with the amount of information and everything and things, you really should be well researched on all these topics, because we have such access to information, and at the end of the day, it's their job. So for me, for Karen Carney to go and say that, she needed to be able to back it up, and I think in this situation, her point is wrong, and she should be open to criticism. Now, she shouldn't be criticised because she's a woman. She should be criticised because she made a bad, lazy point. And I think she should come out and say, look, the abuse I've got because I'm a woman is horrible, but actually I probably made the wrong point, and having thought about it, Leeds deserve a lot of credit. Leeds are the most entertaining team in the Premier League at the moment. I love watching them play, I've got to say. They are free-flowing, easy on the eye, they constantly go forward. Even in games they're getting battered, like the Man U game, they were constantly going forward, probing for chances. I'm a Newcastle fan, and I would love for Newcastle to play the way Leeds play, because it's open, it's attacking. They're not going to get relegated. They're too good to go down. If you're in the Premier League, and people are saying, well, you should be aiming for the win, why would you be so open? If you're in the Premier League and you're unlikely to get into Europe and you're unlikely to get relegated, then for me, it's about playing with freestyle and everything like that, because what is there to hope and aspire to? And I think Leeds fans must absolutely love the way they're playing, and I love the way Leeds are playing. As a Newcastle fan, we had 2 great eras with Kevin Keegan and Bobby Robson where we were very free-flowing, and it was so fascinating and entertaining to watch us play, and for me, Leeds deserve all the credit. So I think with regards to Karen Carney, she needs to basically reflect on her comment. People should apologise if they made comments about her gender and everything like that. But for her analysis of that situation, she probably should say, I probably got it wrong. And I think she probably will, you know. I think she will think, because, you know, I remember Rio Ferdinand has made so many lazy points about Newcastle, and we, Newcastle fans, criticise him loads. He's made points about Mike Ashley, and we criticised him loads. Danny Mills has made silly comments about Sheffield United in the past, where he said they were like long ball, direct, when they were, at the time last season they were playing some nice football. And they were criticised, you know, and they accepted it. And if we want equality, we also want women to not feel like, oh, they're so delicate, we can't criticise female pundits. Because she's been an England international, she's achieved a lot in her sport, and she's made a mistake, in my opinion, and with the comments. Now, she shouldn't have any abuse because she's a woman. She should have criticism, not abuse, and there shouldn't be no personal abuse. I says she should have criticism because she's made a lazy point about a team who have done fantastically well. And I think Leeds, you know, will reflect on it and so forth, and probably people will now be very wary to criticise female pundits. Like, it's not been good for Leeds to have this highlighted on them, because now people are saying, well, Leeds, you know, they're not for equality, they're against women and everything like this. And probably, you know, Karen Carney, Alex Scott, these pundits, they don't want to be treated differently because they're a woman. They want to be treated as if, I'm sure Karen Carney wants to be treated the same way as if Rio Ferdinand made. You know, if she makes a great point, she wants the praise as well. Not, oh, that's a really good point for a woman. She wants praise because she's a pundit and she's made a good point. And then, but it's also the flip side. If she makes a bad point or an analysis that most people disagree on, she has to accept that she's going to be open to criticism. Love to hear your thoughts on this, and tell me what you guys think.